Excuse me, llama? I don't know that Ghost has approved of llamas being in the theater. Sir? 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 You may need to remove your llama, or at the very least be prepared to clean up after, okay? Hello, and welcome back to Fractured. My name is Otter, and this is episode 24. So, I got some plans for this episode, but right at the moment I'm kind of waiting for somebody to be available. So, we're going to start by extending this island out, because we need it extended out, in order to do one of the projects I have planned. So, yeah. We're going to jump straight into that. Hello over there. So, yeah, this is a lot of grass. I think altogether I've placed 5, possibly 6 shulkers. I'm not quite sure. It's been a lot of shulkers. Lots and lots of grass and dirt and stone, and this is basically just to establish a canvas. Here, you're far away. Come closer. Yeah, all of this was just to establish sort of the canvas, and the actual area is going to get built on top of this. So that's going to be a lot. Still waiting for people to be available, but I do have an idea for what else we should be doing, which is down here. We've got the train station that we're eventually going to have. There's a bit of an issue though, because I keep wanting to get down here to do stuff. And right now, there's no longer any good way to get down there from up above, without flying way out there and then way back. And of course, no way to get from down there to up above. So I think I'm going to go ahead and build a little bubble vader. Yeah, let's do that. Well, not exactly the most exciting, but this is almost certainly not final design. It's just to get in and out while I'm still working on things. So, yeah, this is a good start. Just to make life easier, I did color code the frog lights. So the yellow ones are for dropping down. Green ones are for popping up. Whoosh! And on the surface, again, nothing really going on. I needed a way to get up and down. I do want to make an actual design here. I just don't know yet what that will be. So for now, this is good. I'm still waiting for people to be available for my just completely pointless little flying machine project. So in the meantime, I'm getting to work on my next actual project, which is kind of this. This area is where I want to build a hedge maze. And I want to have it enclosed. Like, I want some sort of structure around it. And also, I've been asking people to please build stuff around here. Nobody has. And I think having an actual building that sets sort of a tone might help encourage people to build stuff. Because they have something to work off of, right? They know what the general idea is. So, yeah, I'm going to build this sort of structure. It's going to be like this walkway that goes around the hedge maze. And, you know, if you're inside the hedge maze, periodically it's going to sort of come out to the edges like this. And in, you know, if it were the real world, people who just got sick of being in the maze could hop over, but that's fine. I'm going to take this over to creative though and figure out what materials I want to use. I don't think that having both layers be sandstone is working for me. I mean, it could, I'm sure, but it's too much the same. So I'm going to experiment with some ideas. We're going to come back and we're going to actually build this thing. Or at least this wall out to about here somewhere, and out that way some, and at least partly over that way. I'm going to build that out, and then we're going to see where we are. And welcome back. So, yeah, we got this built. I think at the moment it looks a little weird, I'll be honest. But I think it will make more sense when the hedge maze is actually in there and there's stuff going on. Right now it just kind of goes out forever and it's weird. The entrance and exits, I think, are both going to be here. So the whole point of the maze is to kind of make your way back around to here. I haven't entirely decided how big I want it to be yet. So I just kind of built some pillars over this way, built it down. I wanted to figure that part out. Yeah, so I think that's pretty decent. I want to do some sort of like gateway or something here, which involves building in the diagonal. I am not good at building on diagonals. So I guess we'll have to wait and see what that ends up looking like. It's the thing that made the most sense. So I will put myself through that for your benefit. You're welcome. Anyway, the basic idea of it is pretty much what I was thinking of at the start. There's going to be sort of this walkway around it with a little roof. So this kind of feels like, a place that you can go get out of the sun. And also, as people are going through the maze, you can offer them encouragement and stuff. Because definitely people would be very encouraging. The maze itself will be coming sort of right up to here. So yeah, some of these will have hedge blocking the view. Some of them won't. Well, although there will be more hedges kind of like right here, but you never know. Now the actual layout of the maze, I'm going to do in a creative world because it's going to take me a while to map it out. And I'm going to be using different colors of carpet and stuff. And you'll see basically it would just, it's going to take me a while to figure it out. And if somebody else happens to be on the server, I don't want them to come over and be able to see exactly what the maze is supposed to look like. And here we are in my creative world, and I'm holding the thing that we're going to use to map out the maze. I should also probably mention that I have never built a maze in Minecraft before. I don't know what I'm doing. I am explaining my thought process. Take that for what it's worth, okay? Don't think that this is like a how-to. This is just, I don't know, this makes sense to me. So what we're going to do is lay out a path. And I think it's fair to have the first bit of path come like this. So this first little bit of the maze is actually going to be really easy for people to figure out. Because, I mean, well, I guess it'll be more distracting later. So the black carpet is the bad path. The white carpet is a good path. Okay, even though this is pretty visible right at the start, I don't think it's going to be obvious. Just looking in from the side, you can't really tell if the carpet weren't there, that would be a fake path. So yeah, this is all I'm going to do is run around with the carpet and lay out the route. And it's going to kind of wind around and come back. And then when I've got that done, then I'm going to come back and fill in the black carpet to create all the fake paths. So I finished doing the layout. And then I went and replaced all the white carpet with black because I didn't want to accidentally give people the solution if they don't want it. I mean, they can probably get a fair bit of the way through with just taking screenshots from this, but you know, that's on them. There's no real prize for getting through the maze, except there actually kind of will be. But first, I'm going to finish building this, and then I'm going to take the schematic and head on over to Fractured and actually build it on the server. And then I'm going to talk about the idea that I've had, because I think I had a really clever idea. So yeah, let's go build this. I don't know if I'm going to do a time lapse. You might get a time lapse here. You might not. You might get a montage. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. We will find out. After quite a lot of messing around, I do finally have this all finished. Unfortunately, I discovered in the process of trying to get it finished that I had built these two walls in just slightly the wrong place. They each need to go like one out that way, and this one needs to go one out this way. So basically I have to tear down what I already did and build it all again, along with all the other stuff. Oh well. There are worse things in the world. Welcome back. So yeah, I've just been editing the video so far and discovered that I seem to have forgotten to record some stuff, including, you know, the gate and stuff. Anyway, we're done. So yeah, I'm not great at building on diagonals. Luckily, this one doesn't need to be super fancy. It's just sort of a big gate to let you into the hedge maze. So it succeeds at that. Of course, once you get into the maze, this works pretty well. It's amazing how effective it is just to have a bunch of leaf blocks around. Even having built it, I get lost in here pretty quickly. For the other members of Fractured, I am doing a little contest that's running for, I don't know, a week or two. And basically they can time their first 2 attempts at getting through the maze. And whoever gets through it the fastest is going to win some sort of prize, which I haven't decided yet what that should be. If you have any suggestions, I would love to hear it. So it's obviously got a ways to go, but I think this is a pretty decent start finally. It's an entertaining little structure. And I mean, it's not the fanciest thing in the world, but I really like it. It does what I wanted it to do. So that's fantastic. So I mentioned while I was working on this that I had an idea, and basically the idea is to give prizes. So in the maze, there are a lot of little dead ends like this. And my idea is that I can bury chests in a bunch of different places and put all the different members' names in the chest. And then, you know, as you go through the maze, you have to look in all the chests to find yours, and I'm going to put them deliberately in the dead end so that people spend a lot of time looking. So then once you've found your name, you bring it over to, I don't know, something I'm going to set up somewhere else on the island here, and you put it in, and it will spit out a prize. So each person will get their own prize. And there's a couple things the prize might be, depending on how much time I have left for the season at that point. It might be the sort of entry fee for a different game, or it might be just like random stuff that people will enjoy, or it might be like a promise for future seasons. It kind of depends on when I get to this. So we will see. So that was the first idea, was having chests hidden in all the dead ends. So I don't want to look down from up above because I don't want to give away the layout of the maze. But that also kind of doesn't matter as much, because the second idea I had was just kind of looking at the size of this and realizing it only took me like a couple hours to plan the actual layout, and building it was even less time. Like, it's really, really easy to do. So I think what I'm going to do is, in a little while, I'm going to come through here, tear out this version of the maze, and bring in a whole new version of the maze. So it's going to be a totally different layout. And that way it will stay fresh and interesting. So yeah, those are my ideas. I think it's going to be pretty fun to implement them. I know that all through the video I've been talking about this stupid, pointless project I have involving flying machines, and I have not yet done any stupid, pointless project involving flying machines because people haven't been available. So that's going to have to wait for later. I kind of ended up getting a whole video done while waiting for people. So, but that does mean that we are done for this episode. As always, thanks for hanging out with me. And if you have any questions or comments or suggestions, especially on things like what we can do for prizes, please let me know down in the comments. I love hearing from people. It's really exciting anytime I get a comment. Until next time, remember to look after yourself. And I think I have found that chicken that was crossing the road. Here, I'll include a picture. If you see this chicken, tell it to stop crossing the road, okay? Bye!